How many times have you said, I'm fine today? It's just two words, a quick reflex, a polite shield we hold up so nobody looks too closely. But if you pay attention, there's usually a tiny pause before the words leave your mouth, a fraction of a second where your brain quietly decides it feels safer to hide than to be seen. Most people think they say, I'm fine, to avoid burdening others. But the truth is usually much heavier than that. Those two words are often the echo of a survival mechanism, something learned slowly over time. And if you say them often, there's a chance you're carrying emotional weight you don't even fully recognize anymore. Picture a typical evening. You come home after a long, exhausting day. Your chest feels heavy, your thoughts are loud, and your energy is completely drained. You sit quietly in your room, staring at the wall, while the silence starts to feel overwhelming. Then your phone buzzes. A friend asks how your day was. You begin typing out a real answer. You want to admit you feel invisible, but after staring at the screen for a few seconds, you slowly delete the message, line by line, word by word. And instead, you send, I'm fine, just tired. Why do we do that? Why do people choose isolation when what they truly want is connection? Psychology tells us that I'm fine is rarely about actually being okay. It's a defense strategy. When someone grows up in an environment where emotions are dismissed or treated like a problem, the brain adapts. It learns a painful lesson. Being vulnerable feels unsafe. So you adapted. You became independent, quiet, easygoing, at least on the surface. But underneath that calm personality is often a person carrying silent exhaustion every single day. People call you mature, resilient, dependable. From the outside, it looks like strength. Inside, though, it can feel incredibly lonely. Who takes care of the person who is always taking care of everyone else? This pattern slowly appears in everyday life. Anything is fine. Don't worry about it. You learn to dismiss your own feelings before anyone else gets the chance to. Over time, you begin shrinking yourself emotionally. But pain is not a competition. Just because someone else suffered differently does not make your hurt less real. Ignored pain does not disappear. It simply grows in silence. When you constantly tell people you're fine, they eventually believe you. They stop checking in. Not because they don't care, but because you trained everyone around you to think you never needed support. And then loneliness turns into resentment. Part of you wishes somebody would notice your pain without needing an explanation, even while you keep pretending the mask is real. But healing doesn't begin with dramatic change. It begins with honesty. Not necessarily with everyone else right away, but honesty with yourself. The next time you feel yourself about to say, I'm fine, pause for a moment. Notice the hesitation. Maybe you're not fine. Maybe you're overwhelmed. Maybe you're emotionally tired. Real strength is not carrying everything alone until you collapse. Real strength is allowing yourself to admit some things are too heavy to carry by yourself. You do not have to earn love by becoming emotionally invisible. You do not have to be perfect to deserve support. It is okay to struggle. It is okay to need comfort. And it is completely okay to admit that you are not fine.